see, when you look at how things are now, diplomacy and governance from the Moor-Centric Center of Gravity makes more sense. Now, a few Earth days ago, at the invitation of good sister Evangelist Leona Hale, I did go out on behalf of the entire Amexem-Moor-Empire National Collective to give support to what this good sister was doing. She was giving comfort to a group of sisters who were effectively in a shelter. She went to go give them a Mother's Day celebration, if you would, to uplift their spirits. And she actually is part of a group of folks that I do meet with from various grassroots organizations periodically. And she asked that the Amexem-Moor-Empire be present, and it was my good pleasure to do that. And we went. And my Grand Ambassador was actually performing a belly dancing segment there, which is all the more reason as to why we would have gladly gone to give the women some upliftment and to support the Grand Ambassador. Ironically, portions of that particular issue were for women only, one. Two, we did go to give support to what they were doing, to share and to give love unto all the folks that were there, particularly the sisters that really and truly could need it, because a lot of things occur when women find themselves in that type of environment. Sometimes as a result, there's a lot of esteem issues with them and a whole host of other things that have to be looked at. Broken spirit, character that has basically been marred as a result of a wide variety of things. And so any opportunity to do something to bring one of the women back into comprehension that they do matter, to bring them back into comprehension that no one can basically rise without the balance. As the elders would say, a nation can only rise as high as its woman. And so there's just so many things that made it so important for us to be there, and I was glad that we were there. We did the best that we were able to do for as long as we were able to be there, but we couldn't stay for the whole thing because we do have training regimens on that particular day that we were at that function. And so we went, stayed for about 45 minutes or so. I think it lasted for about an hour and a half, if I remember hearing correctly. I know it didn't last much longer after we were gone, and the rest of the time there, I think they were breaking bread, as they say. But we did get in, we did share love, and we did show support, and I'm grateful that we had the opportunity. When we speak to the issue of diplomacy and governance, diplomacy is not just interacting with other governing bodies, per se. Diplomacy can be the little things, seeing after the concerns of parties here, parties there, and just doing what you can do to uplift someone's spirit. And so, for any life or lives that we were allowed to touch, I am very grateful for the honor and the gift that we were allowed to have that experience, because I know that the Creator and the ancestors, they must be smiling when anyone does that type of work. And when we do it, I guess they smile too. I just know that I am grateful that we have the opportunity. Now, there are a lot of diplomacy things going on. I know that you're going to have questions for me regarding some of the things that's happening with other bodies of Moors that are reaching out to us. I'll get to that in a moment. But I'm going to tell you on the front end, I can't go so far into it, only because of the fact that I don't have a lot of information right now myself. But continuing on briefly, we have so many things that's coming down the pike on us, because as the weather breaks, more activities begin to manifest. And so as these things manifest, it requires more energy and more effort. And basically, we're running pretty broad. Now, yesterday, I pulled a 24-hour and 3-minute day. started coughing because I was tired, getting loopy, and basically um, I got called out by my chief of staff. I've been warned not to do that again. I'm like, look, I appreciate it, and I know that you're right. I'm not going to argue the point. But I had to take care of several matters. Briefing, preparation, uh, the briefing itself, uh, the post-briefing dialogues and the sessions and everything else, the Q&As and everything else. Uh, we shot video yesterday. I prepared 3 herbal formulas yesterday. Um, I what was it 4 or was it 5 different conference calls yesterday, and when I left from here and I got in, um, I pulled a couple of reports down I had to read, and after I pulled the reports down I had to read, then there were things I had to actually respond to. Before I realized it, it was over 24 hours, and I said to myself, you know what? You know you gotta be up in basically 4 Earth hours to begin with, and these are the things that get me in trouble because I have no concept of time. I don't, and so as a consequence, I just go and go and go, and well, my body begins to tell, and I get a little loopy, and I'm sort of kind of getting to the loopy stage right about now. But nonetheless, um, I don't regret the work that I'm allowed to do on this plane of existence. I actually utterly enjoy it, um, but I acknowledge that I have to tone particular things down. I realize that I can't do particular things, or that I shouldn't do particular things. But nonetheless, the work is here, and the work is much, and I do relish